Recording in progress.
Still some people coming in. Giving about another minute. Making into this minute. Take a deep breath. Settle in. Get comfortable. Hi. There's so many familiar faces here and so many faces I don't know, so many faces that are like internet faces that I haven't put an actual in real time face to. I love it. This is so fun. I want to record on like my view. So I'm just scrolling through. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sophia. Brianna, what's up, girl? Hi, Allie. Hi, Krista. Megan. Yay, Maria. Hi from Lisbon. We have people in this room from all over the entire world right now, literally all over the world. So why don't we get to know each other a bit as I continue to let people in. You can say hi in the chat. You can drop in where you are because it's fun because we are so worldwide. So you can say hi, say where you are, and you can also say how you're feeling right now. And I mean that. How are you feeling right now? Not how are you feeling, not how will you feel later, how are you feeling right now? And maybe that means taking a moment to drop into your body, closing your eyes and asking yourself, how do I feel right now? We got New York City, we got Lisbon, Denver, ready to roll and grateful. Yeah, Texas, Nashville, all over. I'm feeling alive. Yeah, me too. Jersey City. Got a couple people in some Jersey, I think. Santa Fe, DC. Feeling a bit weak, grateful, and smiling. I love it. Sending you healing vibes, Megan. Feeling cozy and tender. That's where I'm at too. Yeah. I got my cozy furry socks on. Great. We'll continue to say hi in the chat. Like anytime I ever teach, I really want this to be communal, to feel like we are in a space together if we were in person. And I so wish we were, but how beautiful that we're not. And we can be with each other from all around the world. But if we were, we would be able to really feel each other and we would see each other and we would hear each other. So if there is anything that comes up for you as I'm speaking, you can come off mute. If we were in person, would you interject? If so, yes. So feel free. And you can also use the chat as well. So use that if you don't want to come off mute, or if you have something you want to share that doesn't feel appropriate to interrupt me with, I still want to hear it. So definitely use the chat. We are here together. And I, again, to that point, most of you have your camera on, which I love. I want to feel you and I want to see you and I want to hear you. And I don't care if you're like making toast or you're in your pajamas. It's really not about that. It's about you showing up for you fully for the next 60 minutes. Sound good? Okay. So let's ground a little bit. This is for you again, and for this to be for you, for this to be a clear channel for you to receive. Let's ground. This is what I do to start any sessions. My clients in here know that's true. So I welcome you to move around a little bit, move anything that wants to be moved, maybe rolling your neck. Maybe it feels really good to shake it out. Shake out anything. Bring it up here, down here, maybe rolling your shoulders back, a couple cows in your seat. Bring in gentle movement if that feels good, fast movement if that feels good. Your body knows what it wants and what it needs, so allow yourself to have it. Yeah. And then maybe those moves start to get a bit smaller and you start to settle down. And when you arrive here, you can let your eyes close. Feeling into the chair that you're sitting on. the floor that you're on, the bed that you're on, the couch. Feel into what's behind you, what's underneath you, allowing it to support you. And in doing so, maybe you release into it just 5% more. Letting go of anything that might have happened today already, sighing that out. Letting go of anything that you have to do after this or later today, sighing that out. Letting go of any expectations that you have for this call. Sign that out. And for a moment, just feel into the communal energy that we're in right now. All the people that you're in the room with from all over the world who have decided to follow their intuition, follow a ping, and show up here for themselves. We're not often in rooms like this where there's such powerful, intuitive energy. So notice how that feels in your body. On your next exhale, you can sigh that out, let it go, release. Coming back to your breath and really inhaling here from the bottom of your toes all the way up your whole body to the top of your head. And sighing it out, letting it go. Again, filling all the way up, not only your lungs, but your entire being with fresh air, air of the present moment. And let go, sigh it out. Last one. Inhale, fill all the way up. Sip in one more breath at the top. And on this exhale, I want it to be an audible release. Open your mouth and let it go. Exhale. Taking a moment here with yourself to know that my intention for you today is just to be here to receive. That's all. To be present and to receive. So allow that to sit in your body for a moment. And on the next exhale, you can let it go. You can gently start to move your fingers, your toes, maybe your shoulders a little bit. Maybe rubbing your hands on your thighs or on your heart space. Whenever you're ready, you can come back and reopen your eyes. And welcome back. How's everyone feeling now? Let me know in the chat. Awake. Yeah. Ethan, some. Great. Okay. So welcome. I decided to do this masterclass because I realized I was doing myself, a disservice by not inviting you in, not inviting you into yourself in a held container like this, not inviting you into deeper exploration of yourself, and not inviting you into the opportunity to really feel supported in this capacity. And when I thought about, okay, I want to create this space to take you deeper, to invite you to be held beyond just this next hour, what would best serve you? And what comes up so often in my clients' lives, in my own life, is inner critic, inner judgment. And what do we do about this? So I'm going to talk about both your inner critic and your inner judge kind of interchangeably for the next hour. And we're going to explore that together, what that means, who they are. And then I'm going to guide you into really tuning into that. Meeting your inner critic for what's true. Hearing what they have to say. Then I'm going to illuminate what's possible for you when you do that. Really feel into, oh, damn, there's a lot living here that I can actually have access to. That feels a lot better than judging myself. So I'll guide you there. And then I'm going to invite you for the opportunity to be supported in this practice moving forward with me. And this whole thing, this whole hour that we're here together, I want it to be a co-creation, meaning I want us to create this together. I'm here for you. So like I said, continuing the conversation in the chat. If things are really resonating with you, let me know. Maybe that's a signal that I can go into it deeper. If you have a question, let me know. Maybe someone else has the same question. A lot of this conversation is going to be guided by you and what you need, which is why I was like, show up in the room. This is going to be for you. I don't have a PowerPoint. I don't have slides that I'm going through A, B, C, D. Like, I'm here to serve you. So use me. Let's start with, what's your relationship like with your inner critic? I want to hear from you. You can drop it in the chat. What is your relationship like with your inner critic? You can share maybe one word that you're like, fierce maybe is one. Tough, easier. Yeah, or maybe it's a whole sentence. That's great too. I want to hear more than less. What is your relationship like with this inner critic, with your inner critic? Compassionate. Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah. What else? Tell me more. Evolving. Beautiful. Ongoing. Yeah. Evolving. Evolving is resonating. Yeah. You're onto her games. Okay. I love it. Lovingly calling her out, ever changing. Here we go again. Yeah. Like an on and off boyfriend since high school. Can anyone relate to that? I can. A journey. Yeah. Gets better every year. Great. Okay. Perfect. Ferocious adventure. Yeah. Okay. So now that you have your baseline, how does it feel in your body when your inner critic has something to say? When they pop in, when they creep in, and they really make themselves known, how does that feel in your body? Constricting. Heavy. My ribs get tight. Chest anxiety, buzzing, tightness, agita. Yeah. Tense, heavy fear. Yeah. I want you to take a second here, feeling into that, letting your body take that shape a little bit of it when your inner critic comes in. Ugh, I'm like feeling it for the whole group. It's like, yeah. I hear you. Trapped, small. Yeah, I hear you. A lot of these things, especially the small feeling, the trapped, the tense, that constriction feeling, make me want to run. Yes, Megan. Yeah. These are so common. I think that we can all probably feel into what the other person's saying, right? It's this feeling of constriction, tightness, small. Like you want to run away, like you wish they would go. Yeah, ruins your day. I hear you. So as you're writing this in, I'm thinking of one of my clients who we've worked with for a bit of time. And she came to me feeling like, I feel like I'm in this tight ball and I'm like scared of my inner critic's going to be yelling at me. Like she's always got something to say. And I feel like this, like scared when she's going to make herself known again. And now we still work together. And now she sends me pings all the time, and she's named her inner critic. And she'll be like, I'm not going to say the name, but she's like, Betty is here again today. Like, she's got a lot to say. This bitch has a lot to say. And I met her and she told me XYZ, and I feel so clear. And I just wanted to pop in and let you know. And when I get messages like that, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, that awareness and that connection, that processing, and then coming to me with like, hey, I feel so good and I want to share with you. Ah! I'm like, yes, I love it. I love it. And so now this client, and most of my clients, I mean, there's some of my clients in here, and you guys can probably relate to this too, that when you hear your inner critic, when you get to know it, you really listen to it, you're able to actually act in alignment with your authenticity from a place of trust. And that sounds a bit counterintuitive. Maybe you're like, how is my inner critic taking me on my right path? But when you open the space to actually hear the truth and what your inner critic is saying, they're like your best GPS. I'm going to show you how. This is why we're here. Yeah, we're exciting listeners. Yeah. So why we're here is for you to cultivate that compassionate and honest relationship with yourself so that you can act from a place of trust, act from a place of alignment, not feel like your mind and your body are at war, not feel like you have like the little angel and the devil on your shoulder. I talk a lot about listening to your body and listening to your intuition. And that's really hard to do when you have a fierce inner critic. When you feel like, oh, my body is a hell yeah, but my mind is telling me, don't do it. What if you fail? What if you make a mistake? So how are you supposed to listen to your body when there's all this doubt creeping in, when your inner critic is so fierce? Does that resonate? Yeah. Great. Okay. So a little bit about me before we get into it. Some of you, like I said, I've known for years. Some of you are my clients. Some of you I really don't know well, and that's so exciting. So I am Kelly Hogue. I'm a self-trust coach and the founder of Root to Rise. And I'm a massive Capricorn, and Sophia's in here. She's going to laugh. I have 4 planets in Capricorn, if that means anything to you. So I like to think of it as I'm super grounded, very driven, very connected to Earth. I love Americanos, and I decided today to have a chai because sometimes Americanos take me up here, and today I really wanted to be down here. So here we are drinking tea and holding rocks. So I like to call myself, I say what I do is research-backed and intuition-led. So my background, I have my bachelor's in psychology, bachelor's of science in psychology. I have a master's in applied behavior analysis, and I'm also certified and trained in self-healing, somatic embodiment, and integrative health. So I like a little woo and I like a little science. And everything I do brings both in. I've worked with hundreds of men and women all over the world to help them build self-trust, feel empowered, intuitive, and confident. And that's my vision for you. And I also struggled with self-doubt and a fierce inner critic for most of my life. Fierce. I went to 6 colleges, to put that into perspective. Okay, if that doesn't scream self-doubt, I don't know what does. I moved all around. I had debilitating anxiety, and I had a really negative relationship with myself. I punished myself a lot with exercise. I gave myself multiple eating disorders. I had toxic relationships. I kept a lot of people out. I had really thick boundaries, and not even boundaries, but like walls. There's a difference. I had really thick walls keeping people out. And it caused a lot of dis-ease and a lot of self-doubt. I wasn't able to listen to my body, wasn't able to ask myself, okay, what do I need and how do I act on it? I was moving across the country, back and forth, going to all these schools, relationship to relationship, because I didn't know how to go in and trust myself, see myself. And now, through meeting the parts of myself, through being supported and guided inward, to be able to really feel and hear what's true from all the different voices in my head, I've allowed them to find harmony and now feel like my self-trust is through the roof. And that's always evolving. There is not a definition necessarily of self-trust. Some days it feels really good to do this. Some days it feels really good to do that. I'm able to listen to my body and make aligned decisions, take action, decisive action. I call it samurai sword action. Like we can sit in the spiral of, should I do it? Should I not do it? But what if this and that? What about that? I'm all about samurai sword action. Do it. What does your gut say? You guys know Mel Robbins? She has the counting down from 5 technique, which I love. You hear a ping, count down from 5, you fucking do it. So I'm all about that. And I'm able to really have this unconditionally loving and trusting relationship with myself, from what should I eat for dinner to should I move across the country to should I break up with this person? Should I take a new job? All these things are things that I do in my life, decisive action I take, and teach my clients to do the same. To get out of procrastination, out of self-doubt, out of indecision, out of the mind cyclone, I call it, by dropping into your body and following what's true for you. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Okay. So let's talk about your inner judge a little bit. Your inner judge, your inner critic, you guys connected to them. They're here to keep you safe. And maybe you've heard that before, maybe not. But your inner judge, your inner critic, the voice in your head who is shooting you down, who is keeping you small, who is like, are you sure? They're here to protect you. I promise you. And when you think about, when do I hear this voice the most? It might be when you're going outside of your comfort zone. When you're making a big investment and your body's like, yes, this feels so good. And your mind's like, oh my God, wait, what if you fail? What if you fail? What if you can't make the money back? I swear I married my inner critic. Or if you are thinking, should I end this relationship or not? And your body's like, yeah, girl, like your intuition knows. Yeah, we gotta end this. And your mind's like, oh my God, are you insane? What if we end up alone? Do not end this, right? Or I want to start this new venture. Like my job is good and I make a lot of money, but I kind of want to do something that lights me up. And your body's like, this feels really good and juicy. And then your inner critic, your mind is like, you're not good enough for that. Who says you can do that? What makes you think that you can do that? See all those other people doing that? They can do that. You can't do that. Right? They're sounding the alarms because they're trying to keep you safe. They're trying to protect you. They're trying to have your best interest in mind. They want you to go on the path that's going to keep you safe and that's going to serve you in terms of feeling okay, feeling safe, feeling grounded. They're scared. So when we talk to them like, oh my God, get out of here, shut the fuck up, like, please go away, I'm so sick of you, that doesn't help their fear. If anything, it ignites it. And they get louder because they want you to listen even more. So we've got to meet them with some love, knowing that they're a little bit scared, knowing that they've got some anxiety. We have to meet them with some love, with some compassion, and really hear what they have to say. So we're going to do that today. You ready? We're getting in there. Yeah. Okay. So I want you to shake this off for a second. Maybe give yourself a big sigh, adding in some sound if that feels good, or fluttering your lips. Yeah. Get comfortable in your seat, wherever you might be. Maybe your feet are on the floor, or maybe like me, they're underneath you, cross-legged. When you arrive in a comfortable position, you can go ahead and close your eyes. You've been here before, so feel back into the safety of what you're sitting on. Feel into the 4 walls that you're surrounded by that are holding you in and keeping you safe. And maybe feeling into anything else that's in the room with you that makes you feel comfortable. Maybe it's a blanket, a stuffed animal, a plant. It's all here to support you. So take a deep breath, feeling into that safety. And take another deep breath. And I want you to start to think about your inner critic. What have they been extra critical about lately? Maybe coming off Thanksgiving, there's food stuff, there's exercise things, relationship, job. What have they had a lot to say about lately? And really feel into that. And as you do, notice where in your body do you feel this most? Maybe it's that constricting feeling in your chest. Maybe it's an unease in your belly, a tightness in your throat. Whatever it is, it's perfect. Feel into that sensation. Maybe there's a color to it or a texture. Take a breath. I want you to go there, go even deeper into this place in your body. Feel into that sensation. This is your tunnel. So get in this tunnel. Ride it down right into a beautiful place in nature. When you arrive, you can stand up. Start to walk around, noticing where you are, getting your bearings. Feeling the sun on your skin or the grass or the sand between your toes. Noticing the colors that are here. Maybe there's wildlife, plants. Keep walking. Noticing how it feels to be here. And then I want you to find a place to sit. Maybe it's against a tree, on a blanket in the sand, with your feet in a river, but find a place to sit down. And take a breath once you've arrived, deep, full body breath, grounding you down into the earth. Feeling into how safe you are. And then I want you to connect back to that feeling of your inner critic. And invite them into this place of nature next to you. Whatever the shape they take, whatever they look like, maybe they're even invisible, but you can feel their energy. Maybe they're little, maybe they're big. It's perfect. Just say hi. Hi. Thank you for being here. You're safe to be here. We're safe here together. Let them know. You're safe and you're welcome here. I want you to tell them, thank you for trying to protect me. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. And then I want you to ask them, what do you want me to know? Let's see what they say. And if a follow-up question comes through to you to respond to that, go ahead and ask them. You can take a little bit of time having a conversation, opening up that dialogue between you two. Eventually, I want you to ask them, how can I help you feel more safe? Notice what they say. And let them know that you've received this. Thank you for telling me. Tell them I see you and I hear you. And I so appreciate you trying to help me and trying to protect me. Thank you. Really let them feel your gratitude. Reminding them we are so safe. We're in this together. I've got you. I've got us. I love you and I'm here for you. Thank you. Notice how they feel hearing this. Maybe the expression on their face has shifted, their body language has shifted, or their energy has shifted as they receive this appreciation, gratitude, and love from you. And maybe they want something before you go, a hug, a squeeze. Maybe there's something you want to say to them before you go, something they want to tell you. Allow space for that. And then you can thank them again, let them know that you'll see them soon, that you're always here for them. You can start to walk back the way you came, and they walk in their own direction. Feeling the ground beneath your feet, the air on your skin. And slowly that starts to disappear. And the room that your physical body is in right now comes into view in your mind's eye. You see your body sitting in the chair. You can walk over to it and re-enter. Moving your toes or your fingers, feeling your neck, your wrists. Gently integrating, coming back. Take your time whenever you're ready. You can reopen your eyes. And if it feels true to you to journal on this a little bit, now would be a good time. You can take a moment with that. And if you want to, I'll encourage you to come off mute and share what came through and what you experienced whenever you're ready. So whenever you feel ready to share, you can come off mute. And maybe it didn't go how you expected. Maybe you heard something that surprised you. Maybe you heard something that made so much sense. Maybe something in between. But I want to open it up for you to share. This was amazing. I got clarity on what the buzzing was in and around my throat. I was thinking to a lagoon and a rocky shore. Yeah. Megan, if you want to share what that clarity was, I'm sure we'd love to witness you in that.
Hi guys. I hope that you can hear me. My signal's not always the best, but I had started to notice that anytime I would like go inward, I would get blocks through here and through my shoulders, because like I could pull the energy up from my ribs and like kind of feel what it was, and it would always come there. But the question, like once my inner critic got there, I myself, as well as she, like noticed that we had grown a lot. Like we actually had a much more ease or gentle relationship than we like to think that we do. And I got the message that you don't have to take care of everyone. And my immediate response was, how do I do that and not feel this like insatiable pull to do that? And immediately it was almost as if like she took my hand and she was like, we need to go and talk to your ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the next step?
Yeah, for sure. And it was really nice just to get, because like I've done a few things, and I've started to really dive deep on the internal like landscape and inner ecology type stuff with my body. And so it was really nice to actually see these things that have only been like in my mind now forming in fruition as to where they actually sit within my body. So that was very nice.
Beautiful. I'm so glad. It sounds like you two are more allies than enemies, which is great. And that's what this is all about too. It's illuminating that everyone is on the same team. Your ego, they're on your same team. When you guys go and have that conversation, they want what's best for you. Your highest glowy self, the clients know all about that. They want what's best for you just as much as your inner critic wants what's best for you. And your ego, this was going to be a whole class on ego, and then I switched to inner critic. Your ego means I. It wants inner harmony. It wants all the voices in you to be cohesive and to be harmonious. And so when we're able to find the truth in what these voices inside of us are telling us, these parts of us are trying to get across, when we find the truth in that, we're all on the same page internally. And so when there's this disconnection between, well, my mind wants this, my body wants this, my ego says this, my gut says that, at the core of all these conversations is a common truth. So when we're able to tap into our body, go into this sensation, hear what that truth is, actually open it up and say, hey, I'm here. I'm ready to listen to you, and I want to hear what you have to say. I love you. I appreciate you. So here's some space. What do you want to tell me? And they're like, oh my God, thank you. Let me tell you, I've got a lot to say. I've been waiting for this moment. And then they tell you and you're like, what do you know? It's the same thing I want. What do we do? Let's take action. And when you think about, to ground it down, if you think about, making a big investment and your gut's like, oh, this feels so good. I really want to do this. And your mind's like, wait a second. What about the money? And what if you fail? And what if this isn't right? And yada, yada. And you say, okay, hi. You can do it right in the moment. Hi. I hear you. What you're saying makes a lot of sense. You're scared. This is uncomfortable. It's a little bit stretchy. Let's breathe for a second together. I've got you. You're so safe. What is it that you're scared of? I'm here. I got you. Tell me. And see what comes through. You're like, oh, of course. Yeah, I get that, but I've got us. It's okay. You can relax. You don't have to be scared of that. And in fact, I feel you. I feel that fear. Let's sit with it for a second. Let's be with it. You don't have to change it. You're safe to allow this to flow and move. And the more that you open this line of communication, the more cohesion that there is, the more harmony that there is, the more you can start to differentiate somatically, meaning in your body, where the truth is. And then being able to act on it, because it's one thing to hear your intuition. It's one thing to say, okay, inner critic, I know what you've got to say, great. It's another thing to act on it. And this is what I do with my one-on-one clients. I take them into their body all the time and I help them take action. And I said, a coach I had called this your internal board of directors and consulting with them. Ego, inner child, inner critic, etc., knowing that they're all the table for you and just want to be heard. Yeah, I think about it as a bus. Who was driving the bus? Is it your inner critic? Sometimes it's your highest self. Sometimes it's your scared, anxious self. But when we're like, hey, inner critic, you are driving this bus like shit. I don't trust you. Go to the back. You're in trouble. And then it's like, oh, fuck. I got to make myself known now that I'm all the way back here. Hello, listen to me, right? So if we actually say, hey guys, everyone on this bus, you're welcome to be here. We're going to the same place. So let's open the floor. What does everyone want to say? Because we all want to get to the same destination. You're welcome to come to the front and say your piece. You're welcome to relax back there. I'm here to listen to you. Yeah, everyone's got your back. Yeah. So this is the core of what I do. And this is a really difficult thing to do on your own. I don't do this on my own. I have support. In fact, I had a session this morning doing something very similar to this, not about inner critic, but helping me get into my body, because we all have blind spots. And when you don't know how to get in there and feel the sensations and connect to it, and kind of, I think about what I do as like detective work, and I go in there and I extract. You might tell me a 20-minute story. Okay, I won't let you tell me a 20-minute story. You might tell me a 7-minute story and I'll extract like 2 sentences and put them together. And then we'll go into your body and see what's there. So that on the other end of that, we have a clear, strategic way for you to take action that's authentic for you. I'm not about being over here and floating in the, okay, great. I'm in the floating over here, feeling into your body. And now what do we do? How do we take aligned action? Because aligned action builds self-trust. It's all just an internal conversation. There's not a lot of proving to yourself that you can do the thing, that you have your own back, that you can trust yourself. So it's combining both your inner world and your outer world. So I'm here to hold you in that. It's my favorite thing to do in the whole world is work one-on-one. I'm here to hold you in that one-on-one so that we can go into your body, find your truth, find the clarity that lives there. All of the answers that you are looking for are in your body. Trust me. They're all there. And it's a muscle. It's a muscle that you can strengthen. The more you go in, the more that you're able to strengthen it. Allie, yes.
I just wanted to share, but just with what we were saying and what Lauren, like the first time we really dove deep, I found myself back at overnight camp, which I haven't been to in forever, but vividly remembered every detail. And my critic took the shape of someone who was a friend, but then turned into a bully, and became like one of the popular girls at camp. And I was not, and like decreased in low popularity stature. But then the second time, it made me really realize that like I've really been like working towards like trying to like I'm scared of being outshined and like not popular, or like needing to be seen and like in front, and like not just for the people pleasing aspects, but to be better and like one up. And that I thought I was very much over that, but I guess I'm not, because I think it's still that like little 8-year-old, 10-year-old at camp, like that's nervous. Nobody's gonna like come to bat mitzvah, or like nobody's gonna care about me. And so like that's still there. So I need to like work more on building more deeper friendships and not quantity friendships.
I hear you. Thank you for sharing with that. Makes so much sense. So these voices that we hear in our body, sometimes they're not even ours. A lot of the time they're not even ours, and we take them. And so you have this voice of this person who was mean to you when you were younger, and it made a home inside your body. It's living there. And it's got a lot to say, because it wants to protect you from feeling the way you did when you were at camp, feeling like shit. So it's like, oh God, it's trying to keep you in check from expanding. It's trying to keep you small, and it's not yours to hang on to anymore. And so I would say, yes, partially, part of the aligned action would be asking yourself, okay, does this friendship feel really good? Is it supportive? And also going into your body to really explore what's there. And it's not about, yes, it's working through it, but it's more so feeling into it. What's here? How can I open this line of communication? How can I take myself right back to this moment in camp when this person said something to me? And how can I feel into that fully and completely, so that it's not, an open wound in my body that's kind of calling the shots, but it's something that I've found the truth in and can give love to. It's not even about getting rid of it. It's about loving it. And these are the things that are so hard to do on our own, because first of all, there's resistance. Second of all, there's just a lack of knowing how. And third of all, we're blind to a lot of things, blind to a lot of our own shit. And we like to spiral over here. And sometimes it takes someone to come in and be like, boop, this, hi, tell me more about this. And I'm not here to ever show you or tell you what you should do, how you should feel. I'm here to extract and illuminate. Say, hey, what's here for you? And this is what I do with all my one-on-one clients. And going into this new holiday season, this new year and holiday, combine the two, it's a time where a lot of shit comes up. And I'm not going to meet you in the shit. I'm going to bring you up here. My invitation to you always is to rise. And I'm here holding that for you. And if you feel like you want to be up here and you want to be supported, like I said, I've only gotten to the place that I am in my own trust and my own love for myself through support, through one-on-one support. I'm still supported. And everyone who supports me is supported. In fact, I've never seen anyone be able to do this on their own. And I actually had this revelation myself recently, where self-trust doesn't mean that you're at this by yourself. The next level, you can trust yourself, and the next level is opening yourself up to the blind spots. How can I trust myself even deeply? By being supported. It's not that you have to have one without the other. It's not that you have to go out this alone. It's not that, okay, I'm broken, someone's gonna fix me, and then once they do, I'm good. Right? There is a reason that Allie and I hope you don't mind me sharing this. There's the reason that we've worked together for almost a year. Things keep coming up in different ways, right? Same with Lauren. So I want to invite you in to a conversation with me to see what this could look like for you. If it feels supportive and aligned to be held in a one-on-one partnership. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for a call with me so you can find a time that works. I want to hear more about it. I want to hear what came up, what's coming up, and how I can support you. Wow, good timing, Kelly. I'm proud of myself. If there's anything that's coming up right now that you want to share, I want to hear all about it. I really do. I have some time after this. So if there's anything that you feel like is on your heart or is in your body, or if you have a question, if you have a question about working together as well, or anything else that came up today or about what I do, the floor is yours. And go ahead, Ethan. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this is really cool experience to be present and guide us to meet our inner critic. That was a lot different, something different I wouldn't do on my lunch break normally.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Good. I mean, gotten to know him a lot better over the past couple months. So it was nice to meet face to face and understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, great. I'm glad you're here. I'm honored that you chose to spend your lunch break doing this. And I'm sure your inner critic is feeling really good that you chose to spend your lunch break with him. Maybe he's craving some attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are feeling complete, you don't have to stay. You're welcome to go. You can go and you can book your call with me. You can go and go on about your day. If you're feeling like you have questions or if you're feeling like you want to chat further, I'm here. We can open this up to open coaching. Use me, like I said. Yay, I'm glad, Carrie. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.